Cyberpunk. Wow, what a game it is. It used to be the complete laughingstock of the gaming community. It went from being one of the most controversial games ever to becoming honestly one of the most loved games of this past year, even winning an award during the Game Awards, albeit a very controversial one in the best ongoing game category, but I will not complain. I, like many others, have had a lot of hate towards this game. And it was for good reason. I played it during its open beta, or not really beta, I mean, I played it during its early ages, and it was buggy, especially since I played on PS4, which the game really wasn't optimized for. The, After many, many years of patches and fixing, the game has become, honestly, in my opinion, one of the best games of all time. And this entire video is going to be explaining why. First, I would like to say this is completely opinion based. You do not have to agree with me, nor do I expect anybody to agree with me. But I just really want to share my opinion with you guys. This is an awful voiceover. I'm terrible at doing these, but I'm getting better. Um, I don't expect you to watch this whole video. I don't expect you to like or subscribe. I just really want you guys to hear me out. That's all I ask. To start, you play as this character named V. Now, V, at the beginning of the game, is a very selfish and pretty a simple-minded person. She tends to run herself into danger and really doesn't think too much before doing anything. You know, the whole ask or kill first, ask questions later type shtick. And for a while, it does go in her favor, but I chose the Nomad beginning, so you figure out that she left her family and she just now went to Night City. Your first mission is getting into Night City, which for the Nomad, you go through a security checkpoint with a lizard with this guy named Jackie. He becomes your friend, and it really just shows how interesting the start of the game can be, because you can either choose to be part of a corpo, and be one of the higher ups that people like Johnny per se tend to hate on, or you can be a city person like any other average folk, or you can be somebody that lives out in the Badlands, a nomad. And it's really cool that you get so much diversity with choice, and that your choice in the beginning actually can affect gameplay later, and audio options and dialogue options that you wouldn't be able to hear anywhere else unless you picked that beginning specifically. Now, is the Nomad one best? No. I don't expect anybody to agree with that, but in my opinion, it is amazing. The fact that you can be a outlier, somebody that lived out in the wild waste without any sort of repercussions, and that was their life. And it really gives you an idea of how your character was built, how they used to live life, and now that they're in the city, they get to be a whole different person, which I guess is what the whole premise of Night City is. Go there, be a whole different person, be a new you. And I mean, yeah, it kind of works, but like it doesn't help that around every corner everybody wants to kill you. So I guess there's that. You also meet a lot of friendly faces. You got Jackie, you got Dexter Deshawn, who helps you for a while, but after some point he does betray you. Spoiler alert. Sorry, but yeah, it's honestly amazing how much diversity one choice at the beginning can really make. And not many games that I have played personally have really shown that, besides Cyberpunk, because all the games I play, you never really get to choose how you start and how you want to start. But Cyberpunk, you get to choose one of three beginnings that can completely change your views on everything in the game. And yeah, it's honestly amazing to me. During the story, you find out that during the mission, the heist, you actually end up stealing this construct, and this construct is the construct, sorry, of Johnny Silverhand, the famous, now dead singer who tried to attack Arasaka Tower, the big bad of the story. And you find out during the heist that after you put it in your head, you don't know really what it is until after Dexter Deshawn shoots you. And then Takamura saves you. And then you meet Johnny. He finally comes out of your head and decides to be, more human like. He attacks you at first. He calls you out. He's like, "Why are you here? Who are you? I'm gonna kill you," all that. All the things that you would expect somebody like Johnny to say. And V is just as confused. Why are you in my head? Who are you? Why are you here? And it's cool because at the start, they both really don't like each other. And you can choose to keep it that way. You can choose never to be nice to Johnny. You can never do any of his side quests, do anything of the sorts. But when you're going through the story, you can make decisions that really show the fact that even Johnny can be a good friend because you go from being a selfless, really run into danger type gal who's just trying to make a quick buck, a merc, as the game calls you. And then after that, you become, while you're going through a story, you don't really want to die. You really want to see your story through Night City, like any other person really would want. And Johnny goes from being this selfish jerk that really doesn't like anybody, even you, to being a friend that can really give you some help, give you some missions that can really add to the plot, and it really makes you interested about who he was. And then he can become a friend, actually, depending on how you chose dialogue, like I did. You can also end up finding who killed him, his gun, his car, his old girlfriend. It's amazing to see the character growth that they put into this game and how one character can do a complete 180 on their personality just based off of some words coming out of somebody else's mouth. Depending on how you play this game, you can choose to romance people, like Panam, like Judy, like Rogue if you're playing as Johnny. And I find that amazing because one of my favorite characters, Judy, I ended up trying to romance her, and I did because you find out her backstory. You find out that her girlfriend died. Her current girlfriend during the story died due to by means of self harm, and it is disturbing, but also sad because you really feel empathetic towards this character, this in-game character that's not even real. You really got to feel for her because she lost her loved one, the only one she had. And so you can choose to go through her story to find out who killed her, who pushed her to off herself. And you end up finding out who did, and then you take them out. You kill all the bigger higher ups. You go to Judy, you go out on this scuba mission with her, and she really likes that because after that she gets sad, but you comfort her. You're there for her. It really makes you love a character, even if they're not real. And it's amazing to me because they couldn't have done it any better, in my opinion. And Judy is honestly my favorite character in the whole story, even including Johnny and Rogue. Now, the gameplay is much the same in terms of the story. It's so fun. You can choose to be a net runner, a person who can hack people. You can choose to be a person who can slow down time and kill everybody without them even knowing that you were there. You can stealth, and the stealth in this game, as you're seeing right now, is absolutely amazing. It's super fun. You can use your quick hacks to make it so you aren't it makes so you have the advantage even these in these giant situations of so many enemies just going against you. It's amazing that how many builds you can really make work in this game. You have melee builds, you have throwing weapon builds, you have LMGs, ARs, all of the sorts, and it is honestly amazing because you can also do something with a your quick hacks. You can get overclock mode, which makes it so you can use any quick hack, no matter if you're out of RAM or not. And it's really fun because then you can just go balls to the walls with your quick hacks and absolutely kill everybody that enters your path with a simple synapse burnout, or if you have DLC, a black wall code. It's honestly amazing. And the cyberware as well. You figure out that everybody in this world has cyberware in them, and you can be the same. I have all maxed out cyberware on my character, and it really, even though you have like metal bones, you have blades that can come out of your arm, you still are a human being, and it really shows how normal these people are, even with all these crazy cyberware implants and the ability to just hack anybody or take anybody's ID or just straight up turn to a whole nother person just by getting some money and spending it on the things that are necessary for it. It's honestly amazing. Now, and I love it to bits. I'm going to let you guys watch the rest of this clip without any disturbance from me. Enjoy the stealth. It took me a few attempts to get this, so I'm sorry if it kind of looks scuffed, but I, I liked it, but it's just to show you guys the gameplay. I love it, and honestly, I don't think they could have done it any better, especially in a scenario and a universe like this.
You want something?
I'm getting you out of here.
What?
Your husband hired me. I'll make sure you're safe.
Stupid, fucking worthless piece of shit!
Come on now, we need to go. Head down. All over now. You better Delta. Hey, see that car? It'll take you someplace safe.
Thank you.
Look out for yourself.
To finish this off, I gotta say that these while the story I'm making it sound amazing, and it is still not perfect. There are some flaws. There are still some glitches with this game. The DLC makes me so disturbed every time I see it. Songbird, you help her out, and if you choose a betrayer like I did, she uses the Blackwell code and just erases people with the snap of a finger, and it's so disturbing, but it's so cool, and it really shows how much power a simple human being in this universe can have, and I love that. I love how diverse the cast of characters are. You got like normal people like V and Jackie, and then you got absolute units like Johnny and Songbird, who can just kill anybody with the blink of an eye, and it's honestly amazing how well they make each character and how all their personalities are different no matter what, and all the side missions always have a story to them. They never are just like, go here, do this, you're done. It's like you follow through a story through each side quest, and you always end up doing something that makes you feel like you're doing good or bad. It is amazing to see that. It's a good way to earn extra cash, and it's a good way to make your character feel like you're doing the right thing. You feel morally correct, and I love that, because a game, I've always seen games as just like a way to distract yourself, a way to have fun, but Cyberpunk really showed me that you can connect to your character on an emotional level, even if they are just an inanimate object in a form of code. It's amazing, and I absolutely love that. And I will never ever see a game as just a distraction or some fun. I will always see it as I get to play as this character, and I'm gonna make the right decision or the wrong decision, and I'm gonna have to face with it no matter what. Hope you guys enjoyed my terrible voiceover, and I hope you guys hear me out and watch the end of the video. And I love you guys. Stay safe, have fun, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.